Something's happening. It's not connecting. Waiting for Monotalk. I don't get it. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? I don't fucking get it, man. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Let's see if it stays on. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Okay, let's see if it stays on. Okay. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Alright. Okay, let's see if it stays on. Okay. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Alright. Okay, let's see if it stays on. Okay. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Alright. What the fuck is happening? Okay. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Alright. Oh, I got it on here too. Okay. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Alright. Oh, I got it on here too. Okay. What do you mean you're waiting for Monotalk? There it is. Yeah, I got it on here too. It keeps repeating. Yeah, I got it on here too. It keeps repeating. Yeah, I got it on here too. Yeah, it keeps repeating. Yeah, I got it on here too. Maybe that'll get rid of it. Okay, good. Let's see if that works. Good. The chat, okay, that's good. See if we can get the YouTube going. Yeah, I wants me to pay fucking $19 a month for Restream.io to get another connection. I'm like, fuck that. That's crazy. Yeah, she's darn crazy. Alright, I guess this is the... No, that's not it. Here we go. This is it right here. Nope, we gotta go click it. Oh crap, we gotta go get it. Alright, give me a second. I'm still kind of fixing this. I can finagle this in a second. YouTube. Here. In. Yeah. He's there. Channel and see what that looks like. Probably looks messed up, but this is a kind of a test anyway. Alright, it's live. Here we go. Everything's still running. Alright, it's live. Yeah, I'm trying to fix this. Alright, that's okay. Let me see if I got YouTube on here now. Oh, where is it? Don't fucking grab it. This is so strange. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go back. Go here, that's grabbed. Oh, here we go. Nope, still hasn't grabbed it. Nope, not that. There. Back to this. Grab it here. Hit the YouTube. Well, fucking. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, so now go back to here. Oh, that's totally wrong. Ugh. This is frustrating. Fucking frustrating, man. But I'm going to go to here, go to here, copy there. I'm going to get out of here. That is so weird. That's weird, man. I'm just going to go to history, which is what I wanted. what this is for. That's the DOI logo 22. Let's get rid of it. It's in my way. This is over right here. Alright, now I'm set up. I'm going to try to make this quick. Okay. Give me a little silence. I'll be back. Okay. All right, howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Monotalk. It is August 22nd, 2024, and this is my documentary on how fucking nuts the country is. And how strange things are getting and what we're seeing on this to my right. The Democratic National Convention is fucking crazy. Just crazy. What I'm wondering is, where's all the rainbow flags? You know, the ones they had up on the White House when all the transgender people were running around naked at the White House. Well, from what I can tell, is they've kind of changed things up a little bit. See if I got it here. There it is. You gotta listen to this one.
Right? We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy. Right? We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy. Right? We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy. Right? We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy. Right?
They have 70 days to act right, y'all. We can go back to acting crazy. And look, we know. I mean, you've heard it right here. Let's see if I got it. Oh, not on this one. Darn it. Hey, let me switch it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me switch it over. All right. Look. She's holding. This is fucking hilarious. She's holding this like it's like she's filling gas. This is fucking so stupid. She's holding it. There it is. Like she's holding gas. She's just going to keep holding on to it. It's a plug. You plug it in and you let go. See this? Oh my god. Fuck. Fucking hilarious. Where is it? Oh, this is a good one too. Regret taking it? Oh well. Maybe you should have listened to your conspiracy friends instead of me. Yeah. I told you. You'll figure it out soon. Maybe you guys all will. Hope some of you will figure it out. But this guy's just a genocidal maniac. Yeah, the musketron, if you let it go, you lose some energy or something, right? It's funny. Hey, Snark, thanks for being here, buddy. All right, I think I got that on there. Oh, here it is right here.
To be woke.
Here, watch.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. You know, we have to stay woke.
Look at the people next
Like,
to them.
everybody needs to be woke.
Look at the blonde lady's like, are you okay? Like, there's fucking something wrong with you.
And you can talk about if you're the wokest
Like, what the fuck?
or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. You know,
like,
we have to stay woke. Like, everybody.
Yeah, back to here.
We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy. Right? We got 70 days to act right, y'all.
That's right.
Black caucus.
Now, after 7 days, we can go back there and crazy.
That's fucking nuts. Yeah, it's a big show right now. I mean, it's oh God, and they just are pushing Project 2025. They don't mention Agenda 47. That's on Trump's website on what he plans to do. Right? Oh my God. Well, you know, the back and forth, but it's not about that. And I hear people say, and I'm really getting, why did that disappear? What the fuck just happened? Right here? Oh, because I clicked off of it. I just hear people saying, well, it's the same old thing. No, it's not the same old thing. It's fucking so not the same old thing. The Democratic Party has gone all in. They fully support the World Economic Forum in their agenda. That's it. Period. That's it. They're going full bore, and there's incentive. There's tons of incentive there. $78 trillion. $78 trillion that they want to use because, you know, they pull money out of their ass by 2050. It was 90. It's just fucking nuts. So I get the incentive for Jill Stein. I get the incentive for fucking Jesse Ventura. You know, this greed, this corruption, greed, corruption. You know, look, it's okay to be a little greedy every once in a while. You don't want to get what you want. I get it. But when you start taking people's lives from it, right? You know, get rid of the cows. Is that what we're doing now? You know, I was just watching the other day at work. They were filling up some vegetable oil. And I want you to study up on vegetable oil and what it really is. And how that came about with Crisco and all that other crap. And all of a sudden in the 80s, late 80s, they got rid of tallow, which they used to cook McDonald's French fries in tallow. And they used to cook Kentucky Fried Chicken in tallow. And then they started saying cholesterol. Well, there's different types of cholesterol. I mean, I'm not going to get into the intricate details of it, but our bodies, our digestive system, we've been fucking eating animal fat for, I don't know, ever, for at least thousands and thousands of years. Yeah, it's just fucking nuts. And the old French fries were fucking good. The French fries that I used to eat at McDonald's were just wonderful. All the French fries were fucking tallow. And it was just really good. Everybody was pretty fucking thin. You know, this stuff has just been destroying us for a long time. But let me go to these videos and kind of show you. I'm just going to make some recommendations to watch some videos that I think are really good. And this one right here You know the buzz is now that Friday they're going to make some big announcement. I don't know. I honestly think that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is using Trump to get some publicity. You know, I'm concerned that that's what he's going to do. And I know a lot of people want to go with RFK, and I get that, but I think he's just trying to ride that little coattail of Trump's 90 million committed voters, right? Just to get some attention. But let's just hope that he jumps on the train, because I think he can. I think he can influence. I think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. can influence Trump in a certain way. But look, I get it. Nobody likes the Israel thing. I don't like the Israel thing in Palestine. I brought up Palestine, Gaza, Israel many times on Montauk. And Israel, Palestine always comes up during an election year. Always. It's like clockwork. And it's, you know, Trump said, these are his words. I just want the killing to stop. And I think he's just going through the motions. For Israel, I love oranges. Just going through the motions. 7.45 million religious Jewish people, seriously, in the United States. And I think maybe, 1.6 or 2 million, something like that, Muslims. So it's kind of a formality, but once he gets in, I think that I just got a feeling that that's all going to change. I just got a feeling that, because Trump, if you saw the last meeting with he and Netanyahu, he just really didn't like him. You could totally, the body language is like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. Get the fuck away from me. That's what it was the entire time. And he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to see the fucking killing. He really doesn't. The Democrats, whatever. I'm not talking about their supporters, because most of those people are mentally ill. 64% of liberals are fucking mentally ill, and it's very apparent. And I'm sorry, but that sucks. But you guys are being taken advantage of. You don't know it yet. You're probably on medication. And you're probably taking all kinds of stuff for your bipolar, ADHD, whatever the fuck they want to say you have. Instead of eating, fresh vegetables, drinking water, eating real meat, staying away from vegetable oil. I mean, I use tallow. I use lard as much as I can. I just feel better. Everything operates better. Once I tried like a month ago some Wesson oil that I had up in the cupboard that's dusty, and it tasted like somebody poured lacquer or paint in my food. I could fully taste it. And now when I'm eating French fries or whatever around anywhere, I don't eat the French fries anymore. They taste like shit. It tastes so processed and so unnatural. It's like and if you see the stuff when it is injected into these giant reservoirs at these restaurants and they just pump it out when they need it. If you see it offhand and you hold it in your hand, which I have, it's fucking lubricant. You could use it to lubricate vehicles. You could probably do. They used to do the same thing, I think, with horse and buggy and carriages, but then oil came around. They started anyway. But I recommend highly that you watch this video, and I'm just going to do a little bit of it because it's a really great video. I'm probably going to get a commercial first. Oh, shithead. Oh, there's those Mr. Obama, who had the supermajority, 2009, for 76 days. And what did he give you? They could have fixed it all. What did they give you? They gave you Obamacare, the HCA. No Medicare for all, none of that shit. Right? Listen.
Freedom of speech is a hallmark of any free society. And yet here in the United States of America, the unimaginable is happening. Our right to free speech is facing an all-out assault. A 12-year-old boy in Colorado was removed from school for having a Gadsden flag patch on his backpack that reads, "Don't tread on me," a flag whose origins lie in the Revolutionary War as a symbol of resistance to British tyranny. A school in Indiana was blasted for telling a high school student to remove an American flag from his truck because it might be quote-unquote offensive to others. 12-year-old Liam Morrison and his family sued the town of Middleborough in Massachusetts for sending him home twice for wearing a shirt that simply said, "There are only two genders." A student in California is suing her school for banning her from wearing a red hat that says "Make America Great Again" on it, violating her First Amendment rights. This is happening in the United States of America today. These are just a few examples of what Ben Franklin warned against when he said, quote, "Freedom of speech is a principal pillar of a free government. When this support is taken away, the constitution of a free society is dissolved and tyranny is erected on its ruins." Our founders knew that a democratic republic requires a vibrant marketplace of ideas where freedom of speech and expression can thrive, where we can criticize our own government, exercise our free speech without fear of censorship or retaliation. Even though our country has wrestled with challenges to free speech for a long time, this is nothing new. Free speech today has never been more under threat. The last 4 years have shown us that there is no limit to what speech this government will attempt to censor or where it can be censored. For example, Congress passed a bill recently to ban TikTok. People like Congressman Dan Crenshaw accused opponents of the bill of supporting the enemy. Even the ACLU and NPR opposed this bill, citing legal scholars who said it was a violation of the First Amendment. Ron Paul was right when he said on March 14th, "Yesterday's House vote to either force the sale of TikTok or ban it entirely from the U.S. is the most dangerous and anti-American act since the passage of the Patriot Act. The law will give the U.S. president sole authority to determine which businesses can and cannot operate in the United States. It is a full government takeover of our basic liberties." Now, thanks to this new law, any president could single-handedly shut down any platform or business by simply designating them as a significant national security threat. That's a lot of power. How soon before a Democrat president shuts down the platform X, labeling Elon Musk an agent of a quote-unquote foreign adversary simply because he refuses to do their dirty censorship work? The Biden administration worked hand in glove with Facebook to censor posts and shadow ban accounts that were critical of vaccine mandates. Here's how it worked. A White House employee would report a post or account to Facebook and ask it to take action, and Facebook would comply. At one point, a Facebook employee told the Surgeon General's office that it demoted content or posts, quote, questioning whether you should get a vaccine under a mandate because it, quote, leads to a vaccine negative environment. Now, the White House didn't deny any of this. In fact, on repeated occasions throughout the pandemic, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki bragged about it.
For how long has the administration been spying on people's Facebook profiles looking for vaccine misinformation?
Well, Peter, first of all, as you know, we're in a regular touch with a range of media outlets, as we are in regular touch with social media platforms. Our biggest concern here, and I frankly think it should be your biggest concern, is the number of people who are dying around the country because they're getting misinformation that is leading them to not take a vaccine.
They even asked Facebook to, quote, change the algorithm away from polarizing news outlets like the Daily Wire and Tommy Lauren, and instead promote more, quote unquote, authoritative outlets like the New York Times. This is straight out of Orwell's 1984, our government directly controlling what information they want us to see. Let's take a look at Google. For our government directly controlling what information outlets like the New York Times. This is straight out of Orwell's 1984, our government directly controlling what information they want us to see, and instead promote more quote unquote authoritative outlets like the New York Times. This is straight out of Orwell's 1984, our government directly.
Yeah. I'm not going to go through the whole entire thing, but I'd recommend that you guys watch it. She's right. Everything in there is just spot on. And these shitheads behind me, right? These, God, just, it's amazing. I mean, look, I called a friend of mine, Mark, today, and I started talking a little bit about politics. He goes, dude, don't even go there with me. And I go, bro, I'm telling you, I'm Trump 2024. He goes, what? And I go, yeah. Because I hadn't talked to him in like years. And I was on board and listening to the mainstream media and all that other stuff in the past. But a lot of us have woken up. A lot of us have decided to do our own research, to do our own due diligence, to really look and to see in what exactly is happening out there, to compare notes, to get data from here and data from there and documents from here and documents from there and videos and assess and make our own opinion, which is the best you could do. You may still be a little off, and you may still be a little confused, because it is confusing. It's really confusing. So there's a lot of people out there that are still scratching their heads going, I don't know what to do anymore, man. I don't know what to believe. These guys or those guys or these guys. But the reason why I've decided that there's really no other option out there. And I've told this to everybody. I said the option is, and I started this in 2020, and I'm on my 6th YouTube channel because I started exposing a lot of things about fluvid-19 and the pandemic, right? I started exposing a lot of information. And that's why I decided not to, which was my right, my body, my choice, right? To take something that wasn't fully and completely tested, something that didn't stop a transmission of something that I'm seeing now. I mean, Fauci just fucking said, I've had all 6 shots, blah, 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 and I've gotten it 5 times. Well, that's a damn good product. Man, that thing is really working well. And then we're seeing the escalation of myocarditis and fucking clots. And, I mean, just cancer has gone up like tremendously, hundreds of times over. I have close family relatives that are being affected by this shit. And I want them, all of them, everybody that's taken 2, 3, 4 of these things, look at your health prior. See how many times you went to the hospital, how many times you were sick. I haven't taken anything, and actually, like I said, I took a flu shot. I always get one like every 3 or 4 years or whatever. I took one in November of 2019, and then once Fluvid came around, I'm just like, nah, that doesn't make any sense, because for one, it was completely indemnified. I'm like, what do you mean? I can't sue the company that wants to put this in me? No, that's like never happened, unprecedented. And they needed to get rid of the Johnson & Johnson because it didn't have the mRNA in it, the first one. And they had to get rid of hydroxychloroquine because if they didn't do that, and Iraq, they had to make that look bad, like it was horse dewormer, so they can use the Emergency Use Authorization Act so they can start buying it by the bazillions. It was a fucking huge scam. All of it. Just a giant fucking scam. But their goal is much more nefarious. Much more nefarious than most people can imagine. But we are looking right now at Orwell. And these people on the right side of me, that's all they could... It has been said, and I think... I might even have that. I think I have... where she says, maybe I don't. Let me see. Who said that? I just had it up. Oh yeah, it's right here. It's in here. Let me just go back to it. Let me get to where she says, right here. This one right here. You got to hear this one. Nope, damn it.
When I told Trump about...
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
This is not the kind of free speech that I know of. The free speech that is protected by the Constitution's First Amendment. But free speech is not an absolute. The free speech that is protected by the Constitution's First Amendment. But free speech is not an absolute. First Amendment. But free speech is not an absolute. First Amendment. But free speech is not an absolute. First Amendment. But free speech is not an absolute.
No one is safe. But right now, the Democrat elite in power are attacking our right to free speech, with Democrats like Representative Stacey Plaskett saying that, quote, free speech is not absolute.
What do you think? Do you think Incog would be upset or not like what this woman is saying? Do you think free speech is absolute, or do you think it's not absolute? You need to ask that question to yourself. I mean, that's probably the biggest point of what she's saying here, Tulsi Gabbard, is there's a group on the right and a group on the left. One says free speech is absolute. The other is saying that free speech is not absolute. Our Constitution, which is defended by our Second Amendment, by the way, as the second, protects the first. The Second Amendment protects the first. And I've brought this point up many times. If there are two people in a room and they're both holding a gun, right? And somebody says, you know what? This is pointing at you and yours is pointing at me. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let you speak. You know why? Because I don't think one of us needs to be killed today. But you're going to have a right to speak because I don't want to get hurt. And you don't, I mean, that is the extreme of it. But if it ever got to that point, that's why it protects that person. So if the other person says something wrong or they don't like it, does the other person get to shoot the other person? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Of course you do. That person protects themselves with their right to speak from especially a tyrannical government that says that free speech is not absolute. That's why they created that. That's the biggest reason why that was created. Was from people like this trying to tell us that free speech, being able to say what you feel and want in your heart, in your soul, in your mind, whatever your beliefs are, even if you're crazy or not crazy, you're a scientist, you're a scholar, you're a fucking graduated from Berkeley, whatever, you should be able to speak freely. Just like we did when we fucking were hunter-gathering through the fucking North America or wherever you're from. People were able to speak. And then people started censoring speech. Censoring speech. Can you imagine? I mean, you have no idea, but when my channel was taken down, and my channel had hundreds of videos, personal videos. I had it since 2013 or 2011 or something like that. 2008, I'm not sure, whenever YouTube kind of first came out, and I put stuff of my kids, of me, of doing things, being at parties, having fun with people, I had stuff in there from going to the SeaWorld, going to the beach, surfing, all kinds of stuff. And then I started using it to talk about things. And then I started using it to talk about political things. And it was my perspective. I was having people on when I started doing it in early, it was like borderline, it was like January of 2017. But I started bringing people on when we were having debates. We were talking. You were with this party, that party, person with that party. And we were getting ideas. And sometimes we had common ground. Let me see if I can find something to show you what. I'm just going to see if I can find something here then. I'll just show you a picture of it. Some of my old Monotalk videos. Let me see if I got oldest to newest. Nope, that's not going to be a hand. I mean, I got a lot of fucking videos in here. Publisher. Can't be naive. Let's try on the same side. Maybe it's this guy. Let me see the view here. See if I can get the larger icons. Yeah. And if I get the larger icons, then I can kind of show you. I can show you. Let's see here. And I'd have a few people on. I don't know if I have anything that old. Let me show you. God, these people are just annoying. Let me see, the 1712-7. I don't know. Let's see if I got people on that one. I'm going to open that with media player. Give me a second.
Obama was somewhere speaking in Chicago.
Oh,
he didn't mention Trump's name, but he's calling him Hitler.
Let me see here. Yeah, let me show you this. Just so you can see what I got here. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to share this one here. Okay. Let's just see if I can see. There's Eric, Rebel, me. This is when I was in where the fuck was I living? Anaheim? I think I was in Anaheim at the time. What the fuck was that? We had a bunch of people on here. There's Cheryl in the top corner. We used to have Dominic. But can you see this? Let's see if you can see this. Oh, you can't. That's fine. Is it here? Is it here? Oh, wait. There we go. Let's see if we can. Oh, right here. Here it is. Okay, so I can share it here and show you. I can show you. I can share. There's something right here. Why isn't it showing it? Come on, man. What am I? Oh, right here. Okay, that's what I gotta show. Alright, just a second. Let me stop. I gotta do it again. Okay, media player. That's what I gotta do right here. Here it is. There. You should be able to see that. I was bipping in and out. There's Dom. There's me. Snort. Snork's always been on here. Go back. So, what I'm showing you, it's still fucking not showing it. God damn it. Why is it not doing it here? It's just frozen? What the fuck? Let's see if I gotta do this. Hang on. Okay, it's up, it's not up. I think I gotta... Hang on, let me see if I can grab it here. I gotta create a new one. See if we can get on media player. I gotta go to sleep pretty soon. I gotta get up early. I'm gonna stop sharing it. You know what I'll do? Let's just do a fucking screenshot. Anyway. See if I can... See if I can find media player here. There you go. Yeah, so what this is it's us. Right? This is Montauk. People are on, had a lot of people. I got up to about 700 people. And it was growing rapidly. And we'd have conversations. Some of us thought the same. Some of us didn't. Some people would come on. At one point, I had 43 people on this channel talking. And I had to go through each group and give everybody a chance. And then sometimes we'd have 15 people or 12 people. But this is what they don't want. You see what I'm saying? This is what they don't want. They don't want us to come together. They don't want that. They want division. They want non-unity. They don't want you to understand that having dialect and having conversations is important. And this is why Joe Rogan isn't liked by the World Economic Forum and the Democrats, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll tell you, the reason why is because Joe Rogan will bring somebody on that, and you can watch, because he brings people on that don't really agree with what he's talking about or question where his motives are, or not motives, but what he believes, and he'll bring them on just to ask them. And instead of getting sound bites of 20, 30 second, 2 minute, sound bites of somebody saying something or getting a quick quote or whatever, or just making like a 10 or 15 minute video, he's talking to these people for 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, sometimes 4 hours, trying to get to know these people. And that's the problem. We don't want to, it's all TikTok, 30 seconds, a minute and a half, get your point out, better get it out, better get your message out quick, because our attention span sucks. And that's the problem. I want to have, I've always asked people forever, ever since I started changing my mind on Trump, I wanted to know why I was changing my mind. So even though I didn't like what was going on with COVID and all that other fluid and all that other crap, I freaking wanted to hear other people's opinions so that I could take my information that I had found and match it to theirs. And I've offered many times, there's a few doctors that came on that I've spoken to in regards to people that didn't really like what the mainstream media was saying and all the experts, because there was a bunch of American frontline doctors. There were 2 of them that I was talking to that were going to come on here, but then all of a sudden my channel got pulled. And then another one was going to come on and my second channel got pulled. That's what Tulsi Gabbard is talking about. If we can't sit and have a conversation, because this is what Jesus did. He would sit down on the rug or the mat or the floor or whatever. It wasn't in some giant church like the Crystal fucking Cathedral. If you go look that up in Garden Grove, California. You know, and everything's bright and beautiful. But they would just sit down, break bread, drink some wine, and have a fucking conversation. You know, we're so busy to make sure we can get to that Monday Night Football game or that fucking sitcom or some news thing that's going to happen or whatever they got on TV. We're not talking. You know, recently I've been talking to my brothers. Sadly, they've got some health issues. I'm not perfect either, but I'm very fortunate. But I think what's happening is we had conversations, some good conversations. The last conversation with one of my brothers didn't go too well because I had a perspective in regards to COVID, and he had a different perspective. He took the thing 4 times, and I don't want to get into details. All I'm saying is I didn't. I've been sick kind of never. I had diarrhea for like 2 or 3 days. Maybe not even that. It wasn't even really like diarrhea. Like about 2 weeks ago. Maybe it's something I ate. I don't know. I think I've had the sniffles for like a day and a half. You know, I've never been deathly ill. I'm very, very either blessed or I'm doing the right thing and not taking something that they've been feeding us that's been poisonous to us for a long time. And as I said, I took flu shots all my life. I was in the military. We took all kinds of flu shots. Anytime you have to fucking go out on a ship, you got to take a fucking shot. Right? I'm not against any of that. I'm, whatever it's your body, your choice. But if it's my body, it's my fucking choice. Right? And I'm not big on some of these states that are saying, well, you can't have an abortion and stuff like that. But the contraceptives are still there. There's still places you can go to. And if you got a fucking problem with it, leave it to the state. If you got a problem with the minimum wage, if you got a problem with fucking what they're doing, get a bunch of people together and protest. Get a bunch of people and try to get everybody on your side with it. That's called campaigning. When you protest, you're kind of campaigning. Right? If anyway. What's happening to the right of me is communism. And to some people, communism is okay. Because here in the dictionary of communism of 1997 edition. And I like to go back to the old stuff because that's how it was back in the day. Was we went off what's always been what it is, but they seem to have changed a lot of meanings and definitions of things. Like, for example, go look what a vaccine is 10 years ago, and see how that's evolved in the past few years. The definition has changed. They've changed definitions of a lot of things. Maybe to fit their agenda. Maybe it's to fit their mission. Maybe it's to fit what they want to do. Sounds kind of Orwellian to me. That's all I'm saying. So this is 1997, and I'm looking up the word communism. Right? Communism. Any theory or system of common ownership of property. 2, often, I don't know what that means. Socialism as formulated by Marx or Lenin, etc. And it just says etc. Any government or political movement supporting this. I don't think you're going to be able to read it, but I'm going to try to get it in there anyway. There it is, the top. So I think you can read it. I think my camera's kind of picking it up. Let's see if it'll do it. Alright, there it is. Now, on Google... No, let me backtrack. Let me type in... I'm going to type in this. Is China a communist country? Let me just see here, okay? I'm just going to tell you, this is all I'm doing, just looking at some information, right? Most of you are probably, some people that might watch this go, what are you talking about? Well, I'm going to kind of show you. All right. Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. Officially the Communist Party of China, CPC, is founding on the sole ruling party of the People's Republic of China. All right, there's a lot of abbreviations there. Under the leadership of Mao Zedong, the CCP emerged victorious in Chinese Civil War against, I think it was 1949. But here's my point. We now have, and I'm going to show you this real quick, a new party coming up. It's just fucking amazing to me. I'm kind of tripping out on it. Jackson Hinkle brought it up the other day. All right, we got to watch this stuff. Let me just watch. Wait, right here, right there. Okay, so this is the Communist Party of the United States of America. The Communist Party of the United States of America. There's a lot of stuff in there that makes sense. In some parties, a lot of things will make sense. I mean, there's like 20-something political parties in the United States. Look it up. There's a fucking bunch of them, right? Pick and in any one of these parties, and a lot of these parties, you might find something that appeals to your interests, or you think that would be beneficial for you or your family or your community or your friends and whatever. But what's interesting about this party is they came out strong. They came out all dressed in the same colors, in the same flags. They had the back, and this was all over the place. And they have paraphernalia, or just brochures, news clippings. Look at, they have this. This is a polystyrene or plexiglass flyer holder, right? Very well placed and put in there, and they got duct tape in the background. But this was very well funded. Very well funded. The whole entire thing, when it first came out, it just, to me, screamed, something's backing this. Somebody somewhere is pushing this with a little bit of dough, right? It doesn't seem too organic to me. It doesn't seem too organic to me. The problem with this, and I'm going to say it, it's fucking communism. Right? And this is the problem, because communism is supposed to be about the people controlling everything. If you look up the definition, but what happens to communism is it becomes tyrannically taken over by an authoritarian type entity that's either sponsoring it, or behind it. Just like the CCP, PCP, whatever the fuck they got in China. And they'll lead you. This is how Orwell, this is how Incog started. See, The thing about and I read Orwell. Okay, I read it. I fucking read it, and I think I read it over a few times because I fell asleep when I was reading it a few times, so I had to reread it. But the whole thing I was talking about is that Winston was already in a bad place. He couldn't get out. No matter what he did or what he tried, the walls were already built. Right? Everything was already fucking controlled. Right? Not by the people, but by the government. By the corporate governance. Look that up. It's all over the World Economic Forum website. Corporate governance. And they make it seem so pretty and wonderful. But we're talking BlackRock, State Street, Fidelity, JP Morgan Chase. All of that. All of them. All of them. They just want control, and I think they're using these people. I really believe that's happening right now, and it sucks because I hate being right because I usually am. I fucking hate being right, but I think these people are just being used because what's going to happen is they think they're doing the right thing. They really believe in all this. They like the backing. They're getting the support. There's some people out there probably saying, "Hey, at least we can do this." Da 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 da. Right, and the next thing you know, Marx, Lenin, Mao, Tao, fucking whoever comes in and just starts running the fucking show because you've set it up. Right, because you've taken away your Second Amendment right, for one, to protect yourself and your free speech. They can say and do whatever they just think about China. They fucking took away all their guns. They can't fucking... They can't protect themselves. They have to do what the government says. What the corporate governance of China does. That's all it is. This is what's happening on the right, on the side of me. You have to understand what is happening, what is really driving this. Right? And look, I'm okay with a company making money. And this fucking thing that Kamala wants to do is control prices. Doesn't that seem communistic to you? Does anybody, don't you think? And why didn't they do that 3.5 years ago? Think about that. Bueller. Right? Why didn't they fucking not let inflation get the way it was? Because they were selling oil. We were buying oil from other countries when we had our own. We can go anywhere, do it anywhere. And then they look. Here's the thing about the price gouging that you're not allowed to do. Here's the way that works. There's 3 lemonade stands. I own one, you own another, and the person across over there has another lemonade stand. I want to sell my lemonade. That person over across the street wants to sell their lemonade for $1 a glass. All right, fine. The person over there wants to sell it for 50 cents a glass, right? But I want to sell mine for $10 a glass because you get to keep the glass, right? And it has a fucking cool logo, or it has lemons all over it, painted, whatever. Is that price gouging? Or what if it's all the same lemonade and the same glasses, but I want to sell it for more because I've got shade in where you come to mine. I got a big tarp. This is called free market. It's a free market. Companies have started and gotten bigger, and they've, with the free market. It's happened. And then they've monopolized, such as Target, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware's barely hanging on. I remember there used to be a little hardware store over here, a little hardware store over there, right? And then there's liability and all these. There's so many factors why these people get taxed, and it's all planned. But anyway, yeah, fuck that. Let us decide what we want to do with our companies, with our businesses, with our front yards, with our water. I was just talking to a good friend of mine, Peter. Used to play sports with him, and he was a good buddy of mine. And on the island of Kauai when I was a young teenager, and he's living in San Francisco. And he says, "Yeah, it's kind of fucked up out here, but he's got this hydro electric power systems. And he was doing solar, but he thinks this is what's going to help in the future, is they're going to go hydro and these other different means. But he's always on the cusp, and he's always on the frontier, in a sense, of what's going to be going on with of power. And he says the future of power is going to be off grid. And I got fucking tingles, because it should be. I should not have to pay for fucking electrical or anything. I should be able to get water. If somebody has a well over here and a well over there, I should be able to get water. You know, we just got to make sure we stop pushing so many fucking chemicals out into our own lakes and rivers and streams and oceans, which we need to start working on. We have a pollution problem. We don't have a fucking climate change problem. We don't. We fucking don't. That's just a big scam at $78 trillion. If you want to jump on board, be my guest. But you're going to destroy and kill a lot of people in the process, and that's part of their goal as well. But this party here, I'm just telling you, it's bullshit. It's not what they think it is. They're all going to be unpleasantly surprised when they find out it's going to be fucking, yes, best with off-grid, with grid tie for backup. Yeah, we were talking about net metering, which I know you're familiar with. The larger companies that are out there putting these giant array systems out in the deserts of Southern California and all over these open spaces are getting higher percentage of net metering back from the utility companies, while people at their house get nothing back, basically get like 10 or 15%. It's more now, but it used to be shit before. For instance, each house should be able to go 14 days without power in Iowa. Yeah. No, we should be able to just be free of it. I think there should be emergency backup systems. I mean, if you have it, keep it available. There's nothing wrong with that. And just pay like $20, $30 a month just to have the backup. If you want to have the backup. Let it... See, this is interesting, because... What is the opposite of communism, Snork? What would you think the opposite of communism is? What is the I have an idea of communism. Okay, let me see here. It's capitalism, right? Of course. Right? And there's a grid here. What is the opposite of communism? What is the opposite? That's Quora. Let's see, I don't know what they're saying. Communism's. Let's look at the synonyms. So the synonyms are Stalinism, collectivism, and all this shit, which is a big lie in my opinion. Democracy, right? Freedom, self-government, sovereignty, autonomy. That's a big word. That's it. The Autonomous Party would be a good name for a party. What does autonomous mean? Autonomous. Have a right or power of self-government. That's what they should have named themselves. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go do that. Just real quick here. I got to do this something. What was that website? Okay, I'll do that later. But anyway, but listen, I got to go to bed pretty soon. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not big on this fucking, the Communist Party of America. That's fucking just the stupidest fucking name, right? Because when people think of communism, it's basically, it's just the meaning doesn't match what the end result is. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay. So the better word that you should use, right? The better word that you should use for this, if I can get it, where was I? Right here. The better word that you could use is autonomous. Autonomy. Right? What's the anthem? What's the opposite of communism? Right? And here they have it. Communism is related to Big Brother. Hello. That's fucking, full on. It's been that way in the dictionary for a fucking long time. But that was just a dumb idea. But I also recommend that you guys watch that video of with Ramaswamy. He's just going at it with these people, and then they just start ganging up on him. Racist, race. I mean, this party is just like a sublet. It's almost like it's part of the Democratic Party. They all are on the same page, and it seems like Bernie Sanders created it, right? It really does seem like Bernie Sanders fucking created this party, because they're trying to have a conversation, and this guy's being cool. Yeah.
Believe in an effective national healthcare system for all.
Vivek's in there trying to talk to these guys, and this guy just can't wait to unload. He doesn't give a fuck what he's saying. You can see it. Watch. Look.
Stand by it. But why adopt those positions 4 years ago only to back off of them today? I could disagree with you, but at least have the position and stick to it. That's sort of what my criticism is. And my suspicion is there might be some counterintuitive ways where you may not agree why you have your own disappointments with the current direction.
One that doesn't have funding from these big businesses and is...
Yeah, that's the problem. And then it gets really bad. And then this fucking dude, watch this guy come in. They have actually had a pretty good conversation, and this other fucker comes in, this chick. This guy right here. He starts jamming in.
Reparations for the indigenous people, for the black Americans in this country, is a socialist revolution, is by seizing the means of production and letting that community give themselves reparations. We don't need to be asking for, oh, please, God.
I'm curious as to what you're doing here. Are you a supporter of the genocide against the Palestinian people?
This guy's going to bring it, which I agree. It's fucking bullshit. But he just comes at him really hard. He's inciting violence. He wants to hit him. You can.
An American who is actually here to live.
There's bodyguards right there, but I'm telling you right now, those guys are in the wrong fucking position. Because it gets really heated, and then they start doing this.
Play those kinds of games. I'm an organizer. No right to be here if you're not in support of the Palestinian people.
Well, I think
and if you're not going to call for an end to a genocide,
you have the right to be here.
If you're not going to call
so do we in
for an
return.
end to the genocide.
We have the right. Why is it his guy, this guy with the ear, just trying to fucking instigate a problem? He's completely trying to instigate the problem. He's saying you don't have a right to be here. It's a public fucking park. Aren't you guys for socialism and communism or whatever? It's all public, right? That's how it happens. People they feel righteous and they feel entitled, right? But you have to think about other people at the same time. These words are tricky. I'm going to end with this. Most states north of Missouri can go several days without enough sun to power a house. So you need to back up extra days. I'll send you more on his information, Snork, and what he's doing, what he's looking into. It's pretty cool. I think I sent you a link on it. If I didn't, I'll resend it. But anyway, so this gets really bad. Quick.
And an end to the killing, and an end to support of Israel, then you should take off. We don't want you here.
You'll see this lady screaming in the background. Then another lady starts screaming.
Racists go home! Racists go home! Racists go home!
That's exactly what the Democrats do. He's just trying to talk. He's trying to talk. He's sharing his views. You share your views, but they don't have the tolerance. They don't have the patience. Professionalism? Where the fuck is that? And immediately, because he has a different position, just like the people on the right in this fucking DNC party, you're racist. You're racist because, well, he didn't want to give an answer in regards to Israel, right? He doesn't have to. He's an American citizen. This is where this gets really weird. Not weird. It gets to. This is where your mind, as you're trained, your indoctrination process is that you are supposed to immediately identify something and label it. Immediately label it, and we do it. We have done it. Everybody's done it, but you know, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Okay, I've always said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Just listen. Okay, just tell me what you're doing. No, I do not like Trump's stance on Israel. I don't like Robert F. Kennedy's stance on Israel. But the Democrats are in the same fucking place. And I don't like anything else that the Democrats are offering. It's nothing. It's not going to work. You've seen the result. Our economy. I mean, it's terrible. We're in wars. We keep sending money to Ukraine. Israel has received more financial aid than any other country in the United States. Guess who's coming up to a close second? Yes, Ukraine. For what? To stop fucking Russia? The same country that destroyed Germany with the Third Reich and Hitler? They lost 20 million. Go look it up. Go look that fucking up. They lost 21 million people to fight that war against fucking major authoritarian, fucking tyrannical authoritarianism. Communism, or whatever you want to fucking call it. From the Third Reich. When they started censoring everybody, they started killing and getting rid of their political opponents. They would only put out messages on the radio that they wanted you to hear. You couldn't hear anything biased. We just talked about that with Tulsi. Nobody had freedom of speech. Right? And now he can't talk. Sit down. He should have brought a big table. Let somebody on the other end talk. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. He and I are having a conversation. You can wait your fucking turn. This is what it's getting to. I think we're smarter than this. I think Vivid knows it. I don't think he's a huge proponent of Israel because I know he's said a few things about Netanyahu. Trust me, he has. And a few others. And I don't think fucking Trump likes him either. You know, Netanyahu is just, you know, it's all military industrial complex money. Come on, fuck. Let's just fucking get to the bottom of it, right? Israel was placed fucking there in the middle of the epicenter of fucking Muslim everything to keep the fucking war coffers going in 1948. It was strategic. Look at Smedley Butler. Read his little book, War is a Racket. Read that little book. Anyway, I gotta get off. I gotta get up in the morning. All right. Aloha, everybody. Yeah, fucking Vivek's a trooper for going in there. And if you're going to vote Democrat, I'm just letting you know, you will be voting absolutely for NCOG. That's it. And if you don't believe me, I have plenty of proof to back that up. Tulsi Gabbard just talked about it. She's on the terrorist fucking watch list for saying something negative about Kamala Harris, or just the person that somehow became the, you know, when, I mean, the Democrat Party is a fucking joke right now. It's a fucking train wreck. It's been repair after repair after repair. They don't know what the fuck. It's embarrassing. And no, I don't want fucking my chief fucking admiral of the Secretary of whatever Defense to be wearing a fucking skirt with his balls hanging out at the bottom. Aloha.